Welcome back to Across Louisiana. You know, the needy here in the greater Baton Rouge area are always in need of the greatest amount of assistance, and there's a great organization here in the greater Baton Rouge area called Needy of Greater Baton Rouge. And here to tell us all about the fine work they're doing here in the community is Tim Corrett. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Obviously, this is an area that always needs addressing. There's always going to be a need here in the area. But tell me a little bit about how Needy of Greater Baton Rouge came to be and what it is you're trying to accomplish here in the area.
Needy of Greater Baton Rouge started by a gentleman named J.C. Arsenault back in the late 60s. There was a friend of his, Billy Peacock. They went to college together, seminary school. Billy Peacock moved on to be a missionary and went to Korea. When he'd come back in the United States and meet with JC over coffee, he would tell him, I have a need to reach these other little islands that are off the coast of Korea, but I have no boat or motor to get there. So what JC and some local businessmen did, they bought him a 25 horsepower motor, packed it in marine plywood, so when he got to Korea, he could build the boat with the marine plywood.
Wow.
And that kind of started it off. And then in the, around the 70s, he became involved with a group of businessmen, and what they would do is they would put people that were out of work, that fell on hard times,
right,
through no fault of their own, put them to work, hire them, pay their bills until they became self-sufficient.
Wow.
And could stand on their own 2 feet. And then what he also did was, he was one of the founding fathers of the Baton Rouge Food Bank. And he started that at the Brookstown Baptist Church, giving out food, and did that as a distribution center there.
Right.
From there in 2000, he came with the idea of getting some closed donation bins and putting them around the different parishes, East Baton Rouge, Ascension, and Livingston, which we did.
Right.
But in 1984, Needy of Baton Rouge became incorporated and became a 501c3 nonprofit.
Right.
Unfortunately, in 2005, J.C. Arsenault passed away in an automobile accident in Baton Rouge. His son, Tim Arsenault, took over and had done a wonderful job growing the company. In those 3 parishes, we have over 250 closed donation bins. The way we operate is the proceeds and donations that we get from those bins, we go back and give that to the community. It's all done local here. You know, again, we're a nonprofit. We help companies or businesses like the local police departments. One of the latest things that we did was with the Easter baskets. Tim's wife, Tracy, would contact the school counselors, tell us how many kids do you think are going to get Easter baskets this year. They would give those numbers to us. We'd put the Easter baskets together, deliver them to the school. 3,000 Easter baskets over the last 3 years, 3,000 a year that we've done.
Obviously, Tim, this is a community that has a big heart. It's a community that loves to give. So how could they take part in helping out this great cause? Where do they know how to look for them, or can they find the donation bins?
Again, our businesses are in the Baton Rouge, Ascension, Livingston Parish. They're the blue and silver donation bins. On our bins, it shows that we're local,
right,
nonprofit. We're not funded by any state or federal agency. All the proceeds and the funds that we get from those boxes stay locally in the community. There's some other boxes out there with other companies have that are for profit and are not local companies. I ask the citizens to please, if you're going to, make some donations, please look at our boxes compared to these other boxes out there. All the proceeds that we have stay locally in the community here.
Tim, thanks so much for the great work you're doing in the community. We'll have your information up on the screen so everyone can take part in there and help Needy of Greater Baton Rouge grow.
We appreciate it.
Sure thing.
All right.
Well, did you know right now there's someone out there protecting you from Medicare fraud? It's the Senior Medicare Patrol. Take a look, everybody.
The Senior Medicare Patrol is federally funded by the Administration for Community Living. And in Louisiana, we're sponsored by EQ Health Solutions. Our mission is to empower Medicare beneficiaries, their families, and caregivers to prevent, detect, and report fraud, abuse, and waste through outreach, counseling, and education.
And they're telling us out of the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services in Washington that anywhere from 60 to 100 billion, that's with a B, is lost by fraud, abuse, error, and waste each year in this nation. That's an eye-opener. All I know is good medicine. All I know are physicians who practice good medicine, but there are some that are not, and there are people who will take advantage of your Medicare number and buy all sorts of things with it.
In Louisiana, we have over 800,000 Medicare beneficiaries. We have 3 full-time staff with a limited budget. It's a grant program. We have 46 wonderful volunteers, but 800,000 people to reach with the few numbers that we have to support the program is daunting. So volunteers are critical for us to reach the Medicare beneficiaries across the entire state.
We are looking for someone who is not afraid to stand up in front of a group and maybe give a 15 to 20-minute presentation on Medicare fraud prevention. They talk to them about protecting their Medicare summary notice, detecting fraud, waste, and abuse on their Medicare summary notices, and then how to report that. We're also looking for volunteers who like to work at health fairs, where they stand at a booth and they hand out literature, giveaways. We provide all of that information for them.
Well, in my particular case, I answered in an ad about Spanish-speaking volunteers for SMP. One of my favorite programs is Social Security and Medicare. The costs are very high, and incrementally every year it goes up higher and higher. And if fraud is one of the reasons, then I will do whatever is necessary to help. I can utilize my intelligence, my knowledge, my experience, my organizational skills, and if I don't have any of those, then I can acquire them because I'm dealing with people that are very capable. They are able to tell you exactly, well, this is what you can do, this is what's going to happen, this is the result. At the same time, some of the younger people are more knowledgeable about Medicare activities that I am not.
When that Medicare notice comes in, hopefully you can check the date, know the doctor that you saw is the doctor who's listed, and that the service that was given to you, you received, and the tests that you went to take, and the procedure, and even the hospital you were admitted to is accurate, and that you care. And if you find that it isn't, that's something you should take up with the provider, or either your plan, or if you're not satisfied with that, or you can't get an answer for it that's clear to you, that you contact the Senior Medicare Patrol for them to investigate. Because I think that not only is it fraud and abuse, it's also error and waste.
It's just very simple. Look at your bill. Now, I've been looking at my bills forever because it's my money, but your money, which is basically what I'm looking out for now, and you know, the federal government doesn't have any money. This is the taxpayer money that we need to watch out for.
We have found that retired professionals are a good fit for this type of work and the type of volunteers that are important to this program. If you feel that you can help us, we would greatly appreciate you calling our toll-free number, 877-272-8720, and talk with us. You can also go to our website, stopmedicarefraudla.org, and complete a questionnaire, read more about our program, or look at some of the testimonies from other volunteers and get more information about our organization.
Great work being done by the Senior Medicare Patrol. When we come back on Across Louisiana, find out how you can get empowered for fitness and health. Don't miss it.